Hi everyone, Les and Wendy, and no, this is not Wendy, this is a special guest. Bring Wendy out in a second here, but we are here for our first video of 2025. We're on location and we have a special guest. Our guest today is Mr. Harry McDougall, and we're going to talk to him shortly. But first, let's get Wendy to come around. She's behind the camera. We want her to say hello.
Hi everyone.
So you know she's still with us. And we're going to talk about a couple of things today that we get asked about a lot. And first one of those is, as a newcomer, how do you meet people when you come to St. John? So we're going to talk about that. And secondly, when it's winter in St. John, what does a person do for fun, entertainment, and activity? And that's where this fella comes in. Actually, he's involved in both of those things. But for reference, again, this is Mr. Harry McDougall, and we have referenced him before in a couple of videos. He was the person who stalked us in a park at one time, and that's how we know him. But he has been responsible for starting what he says is the largest stick curling league in all of Canada.
And it is, officially.
And so, Harry, please tell us, what is stick curling?
Stick curling is, you probably can't see there, but there is actually someone on the ice with one right now. It's for people who traditional curling can't get down the slide due to bad hips, knees, whatever. Even if there is nothing, you don't have an injury, it's great for everybody, young kids, older kids, any kind of fitness. We have people wheelchair play. It's open to everybody. So what it is, it's curling. Instead of delivering a traditional way, you deliver it with a delivery stick. And basically all the other rules are the same. So if you didn't watch somebody come out of the hack, you wouldn't know. If you're watching the other end, you wouldn't know the difference.
I think that stick curling is going to become the pickleball of winter sports.
Absolutely. It's climbing just like this now.
So how did this league come about, and how did it become the largest stick curling league in Canada?
So I had curled competitively years ago, like 40 plus years ago, and then got away with it. I moved away, and here 3-4 years ago we moved back into St. John, and being a member of Thistle St. Andrews, where we are right now, Friday nights this place was always packed. For some reason, with the declining interest or whatever, the doors were actually closed on Friday nights. So I came down one Friday night, the doors were locked. Came back Saturday to see some friends I hadn't seen. They told me that nothing happens. And when I was regional fire marshal with the province, I would go to different places, and one of the places was a curling rink in Stanley, New Brunswick, where they had some fellas out there using a stick. And I said, wow, this is a great idea for all ages and fitness things. So when I came back here, the doors were locked. I said, you know what, this is a great idea, time to try this. So the executive at the club said, sure, we'll give you Friday night, you try it. And we rounded up folks, and word of mouth spread, and now it's the largest stick curling in Canada. We have 65 plus teams.
Some of those people you rounded up by stalking them in a park, so there you go.
These two.
So we've been doing this from day one. This is the third year that this league's been in existence,
Yeah.
if I'm correct. And how much has it grown from the start to now?
The first year we had 3 shifts on at 6, 7, and 8, and now we have total capacities full from 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, and 8 o'clock shifts. So it has grown a whole shift.
And who else helps you out with this?
Well, I have a lot of help. Actually, this year, Peter Vincent, who is the computer guy, he helped me with all the computer stuff. I used to do it manually every Sunday night, and it took for hours to do the schedule and get everything, and now he's helped me with that. My wife, Harry Girl, she helps me all the time.
There's
Remember
a story
this?
there.
I'm just going to interrupt here. So, and I know there's more people that helped you, but back in the day, people, when we had the Canadian Football League with 9 teams, and there was 2 of them called Rough Riders, people said it doesn't get much more Canadian than that. So having a couple where both the husband and the wife are named Harry, which is the case here, it doesn't get much more St. John than that. Okay, so go on. Who else?
I'm Harry Boy, she's Harry Girl. So, and then we have help from the people here, Jane Arzo, Mitchell, Andrew Buckle. I'm probably going to miss a few here, but they're the ones, they're the key people that have been here for years. They're world champions, Canadian champions, provincial champions, and they're out there using the stick and helping others, and it really made things grow.
So if I recall, I think one of the motivators for you starting this league was that your knees had issues, right? We talked about that in the stocking video, but you were wanting a place where you could play with a stick, wasn't that right?
Exactly, yeah.
And now 3 years in, you don't get to play at all because you're too busy running this league.
I spare when I can, and that's it.
So Harry is one of the people from our experience, and he has become a friend of ours that exemplifies everything that is good about St. John.
Oh,
both
thank
him
you.
and his wife, the other Harry. They are the most giving, thoughtful, selfless people you could ever imagine. And when we talk about why we love St. John, which is the name of our channel, I mean, we always talk about the natural and architectural beauty of the city, everything that there is to see, but it all comes down to the people. And the people here are just amazing, and there's none better than this gentleman right here.
Thank you.
He's definitely our fave. Yeah.
Well, I think they like Harry Girl better, but anyway,
Just
I'm at
by
the
a
top.
fraction.
Harry Girl is better looking, even though you wouldn't think so with a name like Harry Girl.
She doesn't wear a hat.
She's really not Harry. But so, now that you've grown the league, is there room for it to grow further? What are your plans? What are your goals?
On Friday night, we could put another shift on if people are willing to play at 9 o'clock at night, but there's room through the week for different things in the day. Another shift could be available on a Tuesday night at 8 o'clock, but it's, as things go, people don't really like playing it late at night as much as the earlier times, so that's a little challenge. But
So this league is far more than just curling, right? So you have divisions right now. There's 4 divisions. There's, I think, 16 teams in each division or something like that. And so when somebody loses, when they finish like bottom of the league, do you kick them out for next year?
No. They win a prize.
They win a prize for finishing last. Oh, I wish we'd known that. We came close the first season, but we're competitive. We've been getting better. So it's not about winning or losing, is it? Really?
No, it's the fun. We have a caterer here on Friday nights that serves food for people, and we also play live music and pumped-in music, and it's just a great time all around.
Wendy is going to, in a bit, show you around, just a little bit around the club. This is the TSA, or Thistle St. Andrews Curling Club, celebrating its 150th anniversary this year.
That's right.
Which shows you just how old the city St. John is. And so when we have tables throughout here, we have a bar. It's traditional when you play, one team plays the other team, that the winner of that game buys the loser a drink after the game. Isn't that right?
That's right.
And what a way it is to meet new people. So as all of you know that watch us regularly, Wendy and I are not from New Brunswick. We moved here in 2018. But since we came and joined this club, thanks to Harry, we have met more people than we could have ever dreamt of meeting. And it's been a wonderful experience because each week that you play during the winter, you sit down and you have a drink and you have a talk with the people that you played against. So you're never separating into little cliquey groups. You're always talking with the people that you played that week. And it makes it for just a wonderful way to meet new people.
And these guys brought in, with their connections from around Canada and the world, really, they've brought in teams that have moved here. And it's awesome. That's how things are growing, from word of mouth and stuff.
So if you are coming to a place like St. John or anywhere that you don't live, you can't wait for someone to bring you a casserole and invite you to be their best friend. You have to put yourself out there. And if you do, people are receptive to that here. People are very friendly. Sometimes some areas of the Maritimes can get a little bit of a reputation for being closed off to people who are from away.
Yeah, not here.
That's not the case in St. John. In fact, the people that we have met from our playing, they love hearing our story and how we ended up here. They're very proud of their city, as they should be. And so it's just a wonderful way if you can join something, whether it's this club, whether it's something else that you enjoy and appreciate. That's what you have to do to meet new people, and once you do, the experience will be extremely rewarding, as ours has been with meeting Harry and Harry.
So one of the good things about the stick curling, and for St. John, is that St. John, and including Thistle or any curling club around here, never had stick curling competitions. They had a few people that used the stick because they had other issues, but since we started this league, this will be the third year, we've had the New Brunswick Provincial Championship here. First time ever. Most teams that was ever in the competition in the province. This year we're having the Maritime Stick Curling Championship, which is the first time they've ever had this in St. John. And I'm hoping in a couple of years maybe they get the Canadian Championship here. So
Ooh,
so it's really promoting the city too.
And of course, the best part of stick curling is anybody can play it. What's the age range in your?
In the league right now, there's 20, I think about 28 to 90, including handicapped wheelchair people and stuff.
And Wendy and I can attest that 2 weeks ago we got beaten by an 82-year-old man and
There
his
you go.
lovely bride. So that was humiliating, but it's all
They
part
kicked our
of it.
butts.
They didn't stay. They went right home immediately afterward.
Yeah, so it's now what's I've heard it disputed that you're the largest stick curling league in Canada.
Yes, and it's undisputed. In Alberta, they had an article out in the paper saying that the largest stick curling league in Canada, but as you read the article, it's the largest stick curling club in Canada. And they had 250 members with 17 leagues. And we have one league here. We have a league that plays Monday afternoon also, but our main league is Friday night with 65 plus teams. So there's nobody that has that many teams in one league in Canada.
So it's entirely possible that if some people watch this video, they might want to reach out and see if they can join for next year. Is that possible?
Oh, absolutely, yes. Usually teams fall off every year. You have a couple, so there's openings, but I'm always looking for spares. Always looking for spares. We can use spares all the time. So if anybody's ever interested, get a hold of me. We'll get you on the list and get you out to practice a little bit, try it out.
So we're not going to publish Harry's contact info because, you know, sometimes he could be overwhelmed. So if you are interested in joining for next year, and the league runs from October through March, right?
Yeah.
So it's too late for this year, but for the coming season, October of 25, you can email us at the email address that's in the description of the video, and then we can get you in touch with Harry if you're interested in joining. So now, a couple more things. Oh, Wendy's got a question.
I've got a
Hand is raised in
question.
the background.
Can you explain what a spare is?
What a spare is, for stick curling, there's 2 on a team, where traditional teams have 4 on a team. So a spare is if one person can't make it, then we have a spare person sub in for them. And if both can't make it, then we have a spare team or 2 spares, individual spares that take their place. So all the games are played. No one's games are missed.
And you heard Wendy. So we had a big Christmas party this year, didn't we? With the ugly
Yes,
sweater
and
contest.
the pizza party,
Yeah, pizza party. It was all included. We have an end of season party usually.
banquet and awards dinner.
We have live music every Friday. And this gentleman here is one of the people who
You might not want to hear me, but
so
come sing.
And it's all the people that are playing here. They play, they come out, they grab their instrument or their microphone, and it's just a big social gathering, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it's a lot of fun. Like big kitchen party.
Big kitchen party. That's a New Brunswick thing, isn't it?
Yeah, maritime.
Okay. Any more questions from Wendy back there?
And you don't have to wait till next year to get your information in if you get a hold of these guys, because there's all kinds of time left. We can even get you out there to practice for it to get ready for next year. So don't be afraid to call.
As Harry mentioned, we've had a few of our real estate clients come and join the league that moved from other places, and they have all been having a great time.
Yeah.
We sit down with them occasionally and talk to them, and they've been astounded by the reception that they've received from the local people here. It's been easier for us over the years to meet other people from away because you have something in common, but joining a local institution like this has been an amazing experience to get to know local people. And the fact that it's stick curling, I had never curled, Wendy had never curled in our lives before joining this. You don't have to be a curling person. You just have to be someone who's open to social activity and having some fun. And we've improved a lot, haven't we, Wendy?
Yeah, we're actually quite competitive now. we take it very harshly when we lose.
I compare it to shuffleboard, if you're familiar with shuffleboard. So it's like shuffleboard on ice.
Yeah, that's a good thing. But it is going to be, I think it's, with people like Harry who are selflessly growing the sport. Is it a sport? Would you call it?
Absolutely.
Okay, it's a sport.
It's not like soccer. This is a sport.
I think it's going to grow exponentially, and I think it will be like the pickleball, because pickleball became popular when people were a little bit too broken to play tennis, I think.
Yeah.
And if you don't have the dexterity, if you're of any particular age, you can stick curl.
Well, there's curling clubs across Canada that were in trouble of closing, and stick curling managed to keep the clubs open and prosper. So that's how it's going.
So in this club, TSA, I believe you have on Friday nights. Is that the night they get the largest bar?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
'Cause,
It's the best night of the week for the club for sure.
The stick curlers, they like to have some fun. But we were, just before setting up this video, we saw a group of Japanese professional curlers, are they not?
Yes,
Training for a World Curling Tour event in Fredericton.
for the doubles,
Yeah, so they
mixed doubles.
couldn't get any ice in Fredericton, but we got them in here in St. John because that's the kind of people we are, isn't that right?
That's right.
Well, I thank you again for joining us. Is there anyone else you wanted to mention before we sign off?
Well, I'm very, very appreciative of you, both of you, for bringing in, for interviewing me for one, but for bringing in new folks to the club who I know from them, they love it and said they've met so many people just here in the short time that they were here compared to where they were in other places. And Harry Girl for sure. She helps me with everything, from lugging all my music gear to getting me to get the schedules out and everything. So
yeah,
and she has a hair salon which we both own. So she has all kinds of contacts that come down into there. So with getting her to get contacts and people like you and others, that's how things
So,
grew.
can I ask you what the name of her hair salon is? 'Cause-
Harry's House of Hair.
Harry's House of Hair, owned by Harry and Harry.
She does a lovely job.
Yeah, it's so it's been great. We have, Wendy and I are both realtors with Royal LePage Atlantic. We have focused a lot lately on real estate, but we want to refocus on the things that make us love St. John. This gentleman, his wife, all the local people here, stick curling, the things we do in winter. It's not just, there's so many things to do in winter, from ice fishing to snowmobiling. Wendy and I walk 5K a day on the Harbor Passage, which is kept clear of snow by the city.
And there's an ice rink now.
There's an ice rink in the boardwalk area. And on a Friday night at 11 o'clock when I'm walking the dog, I can attest to you that there are people that the weather does not keep them away from having a good time uptown. So it's an amazing place to be. There's activities year round.
And it's very safe.
And it's very safe. And we love it. And stick curling is? Oh my goodness.
The largest thing happening in St. John.
Well, let's pan around to the pub
yeah,
first.
you can probably.
And
you can maybe even see there's a couple.
yeah.
People here.
Yeah, let's
So
do
this
it.
is
Going to our maritime or our convention.
this is where it all happens on a Friday night for our stick curling league. So as you can see, there's lots of tables, and this is usually where the band plays. So they all set up here, and we just after competing, we come off the ice. Usually we buy the rounds because we win a lot. I'm just kidding. But I'm just gonna quickly pan on the ice here, and you can see how stick curling actually works. So Gail won't mind if I record her. As you can see, she's using the stick. There we go, and then she releases.
Yeah, totally fun. We may try and do a follow-up and show you some bit footage of when this league is actually happening. Right now it's an afternoon, there's not much going on.
Yeah.
But again, I want to say a big thanks to Harry McDougall for all of his efforts setting up and running this
Thank you.
club.
Yes.
And for just being an overall
Oh,
great
here's
guy.
the provincial trophy.
Oh,
Here we go.
Oh, yes.
And this is the provincial stick curling trophy, and right here, 2024 last year, first time ever that we had it, and first time ever that a team from here won the New Brunswick, and that was Mike Dobson and Danny McDougall.
That's pretty incredible.
Yeah.
Well, Harry McDougall, stick curling on a Friday night. Another reason why we love St. John.